Hi, guys. Welcome back. welcome. How are y'all? We're going to be talking about how men say women talk too much. And we're going to be discussing ways to stop talking when you're out or on a date or on the phone or in text messaging. Every woman has this problem. I have it, and most women have it. You just have to be conscious of it and dial it back. Y'all know I can talk forever. These videos be long. So I suggest really thinking about what you're going to say prior to, who you're speaking to, and always cut it shorter than you would normally cut it. And you have to be very, very aware of this and not keep going. So I tell many people, try to make your sentences less than 10 words and then stop and let the other person speak. 5 to 10 words and then stop. If you keep going, they're going to stop listening after a certain point, and they're going to just think you talk too much. So make that a note in your mind. 5 to 10 words, then stop. Let the other person speak for a while, and then 5 to 10 words again. Because like is and count as a word. So if you're going to be using lots of is's and ands, those count as words too. So make sure 5 to 10 words. Thank you, Cherry Dawn. Sprinkle. It is a problem for a lot of women. And I know when women get nervous, they start to talking. And that's why you have to be very conscious of not over talking. You need a distraction. You need to be conscious. And when you do talk too much, the man becomes bored, or he becomes impatient, or he's not listening anymore, or he's annoyed. So you got to realize this. Okay. Some dudes on here saying we're not giving you nothing. You're not the target, Marky. Sorry. We're not talking to men like you. You're not a target, so don't worry. Okay. Just listen in. You can listen too, because you're not a target. We don't mind. You actually have to have some money to be a target. So, if you have any rich friends, or you can let them know, but you're definitely not the target. So anyway, yes, don't over blab. And a lot of times you're going to tell them too much information, and it's going to mess up how you're going to get your money from them later on. You're going to divulge way too much, and then you're not going to be able to use as many stories as you once could have. So that's why it's best to say less. They do talk even more than women. That's why you should be listening, observing, and finding their triggers. Okay, because whatever they're saying can help you later on when it's time to get some money. Okay, so make sure you're taking mental notes when they are speaking, and that's probably going to help you. It is best to say less, definitely. If you just can't help yourself and you just can't stop, you need to find someone who talks just as much or even more than you do and does not think you speak too much at all. Thank you, Boss Babe Mentality. Is it pick me if a sugar daddy wants me to work as a receptionist for his business? He says I look good, attract other man customers. Yes, it is. You're not going to be working for nobody. Sprinkle. You see, this is what these men do. They lure you in. They tell you a bunch of stuff you want to hear, and then bam, they have a receptionist that they don't have to pay as much, or someone that they can take advantage of while they go do what they do. They could be going on lunch or doing. I just don't think it's wise. I never think it's wise to mix business with pleasure, ever, unless you're not working for that person and you can quit and go shop or whatnot. It's not something wise. Like, it seems like he's using you. Thank you, Kristen. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Can we ruin the mystery and intrigue if we flap our gums? Yeah, we can. So that's why it's best to say less and tell them just enough to keep them on the edge of their seat. Um, your boyfriend tries to control your behavior when you're going out. Is is that right? If the behavior that you are doing is inappropriate, then he's just trying to either help you or save himself embarrassment. So sometimes you got to think about, why is he trying to control how I act when I go out? How do you act? What is he controlling? Is it something you can work on, or is it just him being crazy? You know. He's saying 1,500 a month, girl. For how many hours? 2 a day? 2 hours a day? Because that's a H to the N. How to ask a guy for money? I never did. You don't ask, you just talk. And if they like you, they'll offer it. Just talk about, an issue that you may have that may be a financial thing, but not something that makes you look irresponsible. Like, oh, I can't pay my rent on time, or, oh, my car, something that is nice that you've done for someone else, like, pay your grandma's mortgage, or, student loan or something like that. But don't make yourself look bad. And if they offer to help you, then they really like you. If they don't, they probably weren't going to do it anyway. And I wish y'all would stop asking me how to ask a guy for money, because I never say to ask them unless you already know they're going to give it to you. And I always say, just build it up and mention things, and they should offer to pay. Okay, so there is no time to ask. You just mention stuff, and if they like you, they will offer to pay. Okay, if you're out there asking, no, unless you already know they're going to say yes, which means they like you way, 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 way more than you like them, and you already know the answer is yes. That's when. Okay, that's when. So if this question keeps coming up, this is what I'm going to tell you every single time. Please, y'all, just listen to the old videos. I'm going to give you that, guys, the exact same answer. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Akila. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes, if you have to ask, they don't like you enough, unless you already know the answer is yes. Okay. When a man loves a woman, he'll go crazy and treat her like a queen. Exactly. So if you're talking, you might as well be using that time to lay your story down, so that when it is time to mention that you paid your grandmother's mortgage, or that paid student loans or whatever, you can set yourself up for the next date to look sad, and they'll ask you what's wrong, and you'll say, oh, I paid my grandma's mortgage, and I'm a little short, but I'll try to figure out how I'm going to find a way, to pay my stuff off. But it's always a challenge. And right then and there, if they don't offer or ask you more questions, trying to figure out how they can help you, then you already know they're not going to help you. Okay, that's how you know. You don't just straight up ask. Okay, you say something, and they should offer to jump in and help, because they really like you and they want to keep you around and impress you. Okay. Yes, and you do need to move on if they don't offer to help you, because it means they don't care. And why would you want to sit there with someone who doesn't care? All right. That's it. They don't care. Move on. Take it as exactly what it is, not caring, and then move on. Your cousin's husband been sleeping with somebody at work, and they're 70-30. Should she leave him? Can she afford to leave him, baby? Where's her backup plan? I think she needs to start dating while he's at work. and stop paying them bills and save her money and see what she can do with after that. Okay. If I found out somebody was cheating, I wouldn't pay no more bills. I would be paying bills in the first place, but if she's doing that, I would stop paying bills. I would start dating while he's at work, and I'd save my money, and I'd be out. There's no reason to stay with a roommate that's cheating if you calling him your husband. All right. Sounds silly to me. What about men who barely talk but like you and you don't want to be the one talking the whole time? Well, then it's not your problem that they don't like to talk. That's not your problem. They asked you out on a date. Obviously, they know women talk a lot. So perhaps if you have to fill the time and they're not doing any talking, you can just sit and enjoy the ambiance of wherever you guys are. So it better be a nice place. You can sit and stare, but he needs to put in effort. I don't care if he's shy or not talkative. If he wants you, he'll make an exception and start to talking. Thank you, Manira. You said people say I'm good looking, but I think because I get bored and I do zero effort, I lose their attention. How to make them like me to spoil me? Well, you have to be interested in them and what they're talking about. You have to really act and pretend. So it's kind of like when you're in business and you have a client and you don't care nothing about that client for real, but you have to remember their name, what they talked about with you last time, and ask them about an update so that they feel like you're, closer and more personal, and so that they want to do business with you, basically. Oh, hi, how you been? You've been playing some tennis lately? Oh, okay. Well, you look like you've been working out. So, what's going on? You have to keep their interest by listening to what they're saying. And then every time you speak to them, you ask them about the last thing you guys talked about. And you have to be super genuinely interested in what they are about, even if it's an act. Okay? So it's called acting, and that's another thing I keep telling you, ladies. Y'all are really out here with your real feelings, with your real stories, when you should be out here with fake feelings and fake stories. Okay? That's why it's not working for a lot of women, because they're out here trying to be real. When men don't want real, they want the fantasy. So you might as well hang up real and get to being the fantasy, making up your own story, making up and acting however you choose to. Okay, that's what men really want. They don't know that they want it until they get the opposite, and then they don't want that for sure. Okay, they think they want real because they don't know that most women are acting in the first place. So they think the act is real. Men are going to disagree because they don't know any better. Just like men think you don't have on any makeup when you're looking natural, knowing that you have on foundation, concealer, contour. They think you're bare skin, so they don't know any better. Just keep doing what gets you the money. Okay, men have no clue. So tell them the story that they need to hear, not the one that's true. Okay. What made me radicalize so much over the last 6 years? The transition of women from being doormats and pygmies into being empowered beings that can pretty much get what they want out of men, plus do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? I think over the last 6 years, people have really woken up and started to take full responsibility for themselves, leveled up, and stopped being what I call pygmicious. So that's what's changed. You guys have changed. Okay, the message in the beginning of this channel was more soft and just helping people realize their worth. Now that many women have realized their worth, it's time to get the value. Okay. So if y'all are just starting out, maybe you need to go back to the old videos and work your way up to these, because I feel that, right now we're at that threshold where we can pretty much get whatever we want. And I think people need to take advantage of that. 6 years ago, some of these women in here was paying their Dusty's rent and helping them buy cars. Now they're the ones that's getting cars and rent. Okay. Everything is flipped. So you said there are the women who are obsessed with love and will be homeless. I hope they're not that obsessed. Okay. So what's going on? We're evolving. That's true. So if you need to talk to somebody, call your friend, call your mom, call your sister, call whoever that will listen to you talk all night, all day, whatever. And get it out of your system before the date, so you're all talked out. Okay? If you're a talkative person, get all your talk out before the date. Talk to somebody for hours upon hours before you go out, so that you're talked out and you just want to let somebody else speak. Okay? That might help you if you are a talker. Seriously. And also start when you're talking a lot, pay attention to what exactly are you saying. Are you saying things that really matter, or just nothing? Are you saying things that are important, or is it just a bunch of blah? Is it things that people care about, or is it stuff? Are you really talking to yourself half the time? Because when women talk, half the time, half of what they say is to themselves. If you really think about it, if you're talking blah 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 blah, oh well, I went to this place yesterday, and oh yeah, well yeah, and there was this lady there, and she was like, oh, blah 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 blah, and I was thinking in my head, da 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 da. They don't care. They really don't care. Most of the time that you're speaking, if it's not directly about the thing that was said, and an answer or a response or a statement about what was said before, then it does not need to be said. You need to stick to the topic and stick to the subject. Yes. Your emotions could ruin the whole thing too, unless they are pre-planned in order to execute the goal that you are trying to execute. If they are not pre-planned and just all over the place and very sloppy, you could ruin things. Okay. It's always good to be in control of emotions, because if you're not, then you can be easily manipulated and controlled by anybody. Men like to interrupt our lives just because they're hot and bothered. Pay up. That's right. Get the money. And if you run into a talkative man, that's great, because you can gather so much knowledge and you have to do very little. All you got to do is sit there and enjoy whatever. The less they know, the more they'll probably want to see you, because they haven't really gotten to know you. The more they know, the less they need to see you or talk to you, period. So if you've told your whole life story, they don't care. They don't want to see you probably again. So if you're a nervous talker and you just keep going because you're nervous, you need to take that talk and start talking to someone else, like the bartender if you're at a bar, the waitress if you're at a restaurant, yourself inside your own head if you're alone and not around people at the time. So you just need to stop the conversation. And if you just need to keep going and blabbing, do it in your mind. Yes, men do love the mystery. How can I get over a man I love but shows me no interest? Love yourself. It's a waste of time, actually. How can I become the best singer in the world if I can't sing? How can I do the moonwalk if I have no legs? Waste of time, baby. Move on. Okay? I'm just being honest. Don't waste your time. Just move on, baby. It ain't even nothing there to think about. Just go. Just go on to the next, okay? I don't want to be the greatest dancer in the world, but I ain't got no legs. Okay? Don't make no sense. I'm in love with this man, and he does not have any interest in me. What do I do? Get another one. Find one that has a lot of interest in you. Most people are in love with the people that don't love them. Just let me put that out there. Most people are in love with the people that don't love them. Why? Because you always want what you cannot have. And this is why women can game men so easily, because they always want the type of woman they cannot have. And that's where you come in and pick the correct target, which is a man that you would never date. And that's the one you go for, because that's the one that's going to give you everything. Okay? Not the one that you're in love with but has no interest in you. That's like going backwards in life. Okay? So no, we're not even going to answer that question, because it's a waste of time. I guess the way to get over it is to have harsh reality, presented to you. And this is the harsh reality. This is it. And some people won't say this because they want to spare your feelings, but I would rather spare your time. Okay? All right. So, most guys know women's games. Do you think he will ignore the games women play if you are the one he wants? If I was a man, I would just play those women back. Most men know the general game. That's why you have to be smart. And that's why I tell you guys to get you a notebook and pre-plan whatever you're going to say. And make sure it doesn't sound like everyone else's. You can sit there and think longer, scratch out, erase, rewrite your script before you go out on a date, and make sure it doesn't sound like game. That's up to you. Okay? The game, how it comes out is up to you. Whether you're going to try to do it off the top of your head or plan it out and write it out, and also plan it out by preparing for it way in advance by mentioning certain things, by dropping certain hints and clues along the way. If you are strategic and smart, you will plan out your game. If you are not, you'll probably get, pointed out as, oh, that's game. Or if you're just naturally talented like me, you could do it off the top of your head. But most people can't. So write it out. Dusty male clients keep asking you personal questions. What do I do to deflect without being rude and losing their business? Ask them the same question right back without answering it. Oh, and things to never ask on dates. Don't ask about their ex. Don't talk about your ex. Don't talk about other people in general. Okay? If they bring it up, try to change the topic or give them the lie that you've already written down prior to the date that you were going to tell them, which is basically they live out of the country and I didn't want to move, something like that. Or they moved out of the country and I'm not moving out of the country. That way there's no questions. You know what I'm saying? Give the answer that requires the least amount of questions. That's the best advice. If you're going to sit there and talk about your exes, which is a no-no, if they just have to know, then lie. Then they don't know anything, but they think they do. So if you've already gotten to know each other through conversation, which means you've already told too much, then just talk a lot less so you don't finish telling them your life story before the second date. Okay? Just talk less. You really can't go backwards once you've talked too much. So that's why it's important not to do it, on the first meeting. Do not talk too much. He said, don't ask how much they make, right? Don't ask how much they make. Try not to ask what they do for a living. Try to get them to say it on their own, unless you're trying to get rid of them, But unless it comes up on their own conversation, you don't ask those questions, okay? You don't ask what they do. You don't ask too much about their personal lives. You don't ask about their ex. You don't ask them if they have kids. You don't ask them any of those questions, okay? This is not an interview, and you are not there to drill them. If they're drilling you and interviewing you, change the topic or lie. Okay? That way they really don't know too much. And anything they do know is not true, and you're creating how they view you. You know what I'm saying? You're creating how they see you. You're creating their opinion of you somewhat versus the opinion they're trying to create about you by asking you specific questions. So either they're in control or you're in control. You pick. Okay. If you should watch my video yesterday. If you text your boyfriend all day and think about him feeling unwanted, you should watch my video yesterday about how women care more about men than men care about women. Just tell him you're super busy today. You're not going to be able to text as much, and he shouldn't expect it throughout the day. That's all you got to say. I'm going to be super busy today. I'm not going to be able to text as much, so sorry. Okay, set it up early. Y'all, this is, we live in an age where we try to fix the problem after the problem is already too bad, instead of preventing the problem in the first place. Okay, we need to start thinking the other way around. We need to prevent anything before it even starts, instead of trying to fix something that's broken. Prevent it from being broken. Prevent the thing from even happening. Prevent him from even feeling unwanted by telling him in advance, I'm not going to be able to text you all day today. I'm going to be busy. So I'll talk to you later when we get home, period. So stop trying to fix stuff when it's too late and think ahead, pre-plan, and create what you desire. Okay? This is how people are successful in anything. People have been doing everything backwards, and that's why stuff ain't coming together. Okay? What do you talk about then? You let them do the talking, and you already write down whatever you're going to tell them about yourself. And when you're done, you're done. You just ask them more questions, and so that they can do all the talking. Okay? Dumb question. So, have you ever been to, where's the last place you vacationed? Let them talk. That's a good 5-minute talk. If they ask you about you, it's like, oh, it's been a little while since I've been. But I've been to, and name one place and stop. Then ask them another question. Your answer should be very short. Theirs should be very long, because you're listening to get triggers, clues, what's their weaknesses, what's their strengths, what do they like, and they're not getting any of those things from you to make it any easier to get what they want out of you. But you are listening and getting all of that to see how easy it will be to get money out of them, or what stories to tell, or what triggers them, or what's their, pet peeve, or what they don't like. You are gathering all this information by just letting them talk. And so you have more to work with down the line. Is this a gold digger show? Well, yes, it is. Welcome. Is it a good idea to tell a man that he's not up to your standards in order to encourage? No, it's not. It's not a good idea. You can just say, okay, well, it was really nice to meet you, and I hope we can remain good friends. And then they'll be like, wait a minute, what do you mean? Then you can say, oh, well, you're really nice, but I just don't think that we're on the same page. I think we have different points of view about certain things. And then he'll be like, well, like what? Like, well, usually when I am dating, or when I decide to date, the man usually is paying for everything. The man usually does this. The man usually does that. And that's just what I'm kind of accustomed to. So, but it was really nice to meet you. That's how you tell them. You can't afford me, period. Bye. Oh, well, I can do all of that. Then they'll start to do it. Because if they know that you're not going to bend, and that you can just go get another one, then they'll bend if they really like you. If they don't really like you, then they'll just let you go on your way, and y'all both can stop wasting time. You could say, I've always wanted kids. That's what I tell people to say. When they ask you if you have kids and you don't want to tell them, you can say, oh, I've always wanted kids. That doesn't mean you don't have them. There you go. Then quickly change the topic. Oh, I always wanted kids. By the way, is it supposed to get cold tomorrow? Let me check my weather app. Done. See? Quick, fast, and over with. You didn't lie, but you didn't tell the truth. Someone says, this is pathetic. It is pathetic, but it worked. Okay, how you doing? Men are pathetic too when they lie, but we don't sit there and call y'all pathetic when y'all lie. We call y'all, but why did you have to lie? Now you can call us pathetic too. We're just as pathetic as you now. Thank you. It's Ask to Sprinkle Sprinkle. Men literally lie about having kids all the time. They sure do, and wives and girlfriends, and one on the way. They all lie. So why shouldn't you? There's no reason why you shouldn't lie either. I mean, even the playing field. So most men get mad because now that we're lying, they have no clue how to play this game anymore. They have no clue how to play the game because they don't know who's lying. If a rich man wants to test a girl behind not offering anything, what to do in that situation? Go to the next rich man who's not trying to test you. Okay, because most men know that women like money, period. They know this. If they're trying to test you, they're trying to test you because they know that they may lose their money and need you to stick around, or B, they think they think they're young enough to actually have someone truly like them for them. So that's why you got to get the older men. They don't be testing you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Stella. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How do we find out about coaching sessions? I am booked all the way to November. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So You can write me on my Etsy store, which is linked below or in the About section of this YouTube channel. Yes. Thank you, girls. I might stop doing consultations altogether because it seems like y'all can find all the information in my videos, but some of y'all just don't listen. But I might not. Who knows? I'm probably still going to help y'all, but I am booked all the way up until November. So, yes, the Level Up group is still open. The links are in the description bar below. Scroll all the way to the bottom and read the last 2 links, the last 2 things that I posted. Okay. You said get your coin no matter if they listen or not, right? Well, if y'all just want to talk to me, that's another thing. Yeah, older the better, baby. The easier it is to get that money. You've been given out your number. Waste of time. Thoughts on number exchanging? If they haven't asked you for your number or earned your number, I should say, then they shouldn't get it. If you make someone earn that number, they sure gonna call it, I bet you. If you giving it out like it's trash, they not gonna call that number. Girl, make them earn it. I need to do a video. Make them earn that number. And when you finally give it to them, make sure it's this number, the Cash App number, okay? Where's my little whiteboard? When they finally get your number, give them that Cash App and tell, here's my number, you've earned it. Don't say you've earned it, but you can think that in your mind. Okay, well, tell them, say, this is my contact info. If you're bold. If they've earned it, I guess you could give it to them. Or you could just say, here's my contact info and put both your phone number and the Cash App. Why not? But I definitely would make them earn it. Because if they don't earn it, they're not going to use it. A lot of times they're trying to see if they can get it, because see if they still got it. But when they can't get it and they question if they still got it, when they finally earn it, because they've worked hard and put effort into that and probably spent money on drinks and whatnot, they're going to try to call you because they've somewhat invested, whether it's time, money, or just money. Okay. So they're going to try to get it. They're going to try to call if you make them work for it. Because I've had women tell me that men have gotten their numbers and never called because they didn't have to work too hard. You got to make them work for that. The therapist, you need to hit somebody's job instead of being on my live feed all day. I know my age range, gold digging, but I didn't need. Okay, good for you. Sheila, what do you think of young, extremely overachiever men around 29, but good career investment director? I think they're a waste of my time, but you're only 23, so have fun. You know, I wouldn't take them very seriously as a potential anything, but just to go out on dates with. Okay, so have fun. You're 23, have your fun. But when you hit 25, you need to be more serious about who you're dating and the purpose of why you're dating them. Do you have an end goal in mind? Okay. Any tips on someone in a long-term relationship looking to get the ring? Give them the ultimatum. How long is long-term? How long you been together? Don't say 6 months. Don't say 1 year. Okay? Because that's not long-term. Or whatever, therapist, you still couldn't get me, even though I am lazy and out of shape, as you say. You still couldn't afford it. So imagine what your woman looked like. Ooh, child. Or you can't even afford a woman, period. So whatever. What do you say when you're not ready to give them your number? Give them your cash app. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tell them, I'll give you my contact info, and then maybe we can exchange numbers. Give them that cash app. That way he can text you and leave a little message under there after he done paid you. What if they give you their number? Then give them your cash app, and when you don't call, they will cash app you. Okay. Y'all got to stop taking people's numbers and being the man in the relationship. That doesn't work out. 1 year together, 10 years difference. Okay, 1 year is nothing, baby. You want the ring next year? How to? Well, towards the end of next year, you need to start giving the ultimatum then. There you go. Because 1 year is not long enough. Not to a man anyways. PayPal. What contact information to give him? Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. There you go. So, and don't stay on that phone all the time either. Don't be texting that dude all day either. If he ain't making dates to see you and spend money on you, then you don't need to be in that much communication unless it's to make plans to go do something. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women have a problem staying on the phone and texting all day and talking all night. Nope. You're not going to emotionally dump on me or emotionally feel connected to someone without paying. Okay. I don't need to stay on the phone with nobody all day or all night unless I'm getting paid. Okay. Sorry. So if they want to talk to me, they need to talk to me in person after asking me, like asking the woman out on the date. The man needs to, they could talk on the date, because once you get on the date, what are you going to talk about? Or if you've talked about everything, is there even a reason for a date? Okay. Is there even a reason for a date? Have you talked about everything there is to talk about? Are you going to be sitting there in awkward silence because you've said it already? Stay off that phone. You can say like, oh, hi. You know, I know a lot of people don't talk actually on the phone these days, but if you do, you can say, oh, hi. You know, I'm glad you called. I don't have much time to talk, but I really would like to speak with you more. And then pause and see if they try to make a date with you. See if they try to make a date. If they're not trying to make no dates, then hang it up until they are. Then, you know, never spend too much time, not even 5 minutes on a phone call. It's too long. He want to spend drink money on you? Well, you better order expensive drinks. Usually men don't want to take you to dinner, and they only want to get you drunk so that they can get to the next level with you faster. So I suggest setting up like a date with someone else prior to going to have drinks. That way you're not wasting your time getting dressed for drinks. Thank you, Elena. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do you see yourself starting your relationship channel that isn't so much related to money aspect? Nope. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I sure don't. Otherwise, I'd be leading you in the wrong direction. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Nope. I will never start a relationship channel to give people advice on real relationships, because you're going to get the short end of the stick. You're going to regret it later, and you'll be over here again anyway. So no, I will never start a relationship channel that's not so much based on money, because that's what it's based on. All relationships are based on power, and all power is based on the money and who controls what. Okay. Thanks. Sprinkle, sprinkle though. Lace will, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Shira. You are the sister I had. I wish I had. Aw. Been following your advice and putting me first and loving myself. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. What do you think about wearing high heel boots, classy or trashy? Would a classy man take you to meet his mother in high heel boots or high heel thigh high boots? Is that classy? Will he take you to meet his coworkers in thigh high boots? Is that classy? There you go. Ask yourself those two questions when in doubt. Mm-hmm. She said classy. She did not say if men like them. She said, are they classy? So, of course, men like them, but are they going to see you a certain way? There you go. Mm-hmm. For you, this journey is deep and it's not a joke. It's waking me up so much. Wonderful. So, how to elegantly leave a bad date? A fake phone call. Someone's in need of you to get back to them. My sister needs me to go pick her up. Something. Okay. He always complains how much I spend and compares me to his grandma being a great housewife. What to do? Tell him he should have married his grandma. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's what I would have told him. Then you need to go marry your grandma then, huh? Okay. Fine, I'll start grocery shopping at the Dollar Tree and I'll start dressing like your grandma. What's for dinner tonight? Dollar Tree casserole. I just took everything in the frozen section and put it all in a pan and put it on 350. Very cheap, and I budgeted it well. How do you like my grandma dress? And I have granny panties too. Give him what he want, girl. That's what he trying to tell you. He like granny panties and Dollar Tree casserole. Give it to him. Okay. That's the life he want. You take the rest of the money and go buy what you want. Okay. Girl, Dollar Tree casserole. Along with his Dollar Tree Christmas gift. How long approximately an old man, 48 years old, usually takes to decide to get married? Girl, he finna go into the midlife crisis. He ain't finna get married. You better catch him at 55. For real. He's about to turn 50. He don't want to feel old, married, and whatnot. He wants to feel young again, so he's gonna rebel against anything that's has to do with getting old, like marriage. He might want to have fun, but when he's done with all of that midlife crisis stuff, he'll want to settle down. So. That's why I said, girl, you better find somebody a little bit older if you're trying to get married. What do I think about women twerking on social media? I don't think about them. Okay. What about prepaid flip phone for dating and handing out numbers? Girl, that does look trashy. Unless that's your business that you get paid with. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're going to get a second phone, get a smartphone so it doesn't look like you have just a regular phone and then a flip phone. Flip phone is obviously for something else. So if they can't tell the difference between your phones, how will they know that that's your real phone or not? You know, who's going to pull out a flip phone these days? Okay. Kids don't even want flip phones. Okay. You said you got a flip phone. Why? Anyway, what I don't even understand what a flip phone is for anymore. What y'all be doing on there? Mm-hmm. It's up to you if you want to use an alias or not. You know, what story are you telling? Do you need the alias? You know, this is why you need to pre-plan what you talk about and what you're going to tell people. Okay. You don't just show up with no script. You must have a plan. You must have a plan. Mm-hmm. And don't over drink. If you're a talker, don't sit there and guzzle alcohol because you're going to talk even more or say something that you're probably going to regret. And then you just blow the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. So no over drinking. Yeah. Stupid says pay for all that yourself. Don't worry, stupid. You won't have to pay for it because you're not going to be a target. The men that are going to pay for it can actually afford to pay for it. So don't be getting mad. Just get your money. Okay. That's like being mad at someone who makes a lot of money and they buy something expensive or an expensive gift for their girlfriend or wife. How are you going to be mad for the woman asking for something expensive when they know that that man can afford it? That's not up to you, sir. The only reason men are upset is because they can't afford to do it. That's it. You're just in a different tax bracket. That's okay. You know, that's why I keep telling men, y'all are not, especially if y'all are concerned about what another man spends on a woman. That's not your concern, sir. Your concern is not what another man spends on a woman because we know you're not going to be able to spend. So why are you mad? Okay. Yes. Men with money don't have a problem spending because they know they have more money coming in at the same exact time. You know what I'm saying? As they're spending it, more is actually coming into their account at the same time. These are the targets, not people that have to check their bank account before they pump gas. That's not the target, okay? So don't think that we're talking to you. We're not talking to you. We're talking to men that can actually afford it. Because what will be the point? That would be like y'all dating a bunch of virgins thinking y'all gonna get some that same night. It doesn't make sense, does it? No. So use your common sense and everybody will be fine. How would I make a script for a date? A pen and a paper. Write out what you plan to say. Write out your story, whether it's true or not. Make it sound good. You know, pre-plan. Mm-hmm. Yes, I am cold and fake. Not worth your time. And go find somebody warm and real, baby. Um, I can act warm and real, but you got to have money. Okay, you can act warm and real all day, but they're gonna have to have some money for you to act. Thank you, Napinda Sprinkle Sprinkle. This background hit the like button, lady. Thank you, girl. Yeah, I can act warm and stuff like that and set you up with my script all day. But I'm teaching on this channel. I'm not trying to impress call center workers on this channel, baby. I'm trying to teach these women how to get the bag. Not your bag, because you ain't got a bag. Okay. Crown Royal bag don't count. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's your savings account. Anyway. You ain't got to dip into that purple bag. Don't worry. You can keep your money. So yes, if a man asks you a lot about your career and wants you to talk more, that's a red flag. So here's the flip side of it. If a man wants you to talk more about yourself, they're gathering information to try to game on you. If they're asking you a lot about your career, they're trying to find out, what you do, how much you can afford, and alleviate any reason to ask them for anything. So that's why you have to lie and make it up. I'm a part-time receptionist for a personnel service. That means I make no money. Basically. But I still work, and I work around professional people, and I look good, so I'm probably asked out on dates a lot by successful men. This is saying all that with saying I'm a part-time reception for a personnel service or temp agency. You've said all of that by just saying that. Okay. So you can skip trying to fill all those blanks in, because you just did by the type of job that you told him that you do. Even if it's a lie, they don't care. So try to find things to say like that will encompass many things that you don't have to even say. And therefore, you're not even lying. You see, you're not really lying if they assume certain things because of what you've told them. Okay. What if they find out I'm successful down the line? Well, then if they really like you, they wouldn't care. And I wouldn't want them to find out that I'm successful, because that means they're not going to want to pay as much or give you as much. Someone else will be successful, and I will just be, maybe assisting them. Okay. Oh, how to answer, what's your favorite travel adventure? Should we act like we haven't been? Yeah, name something that everyone's done. And then they'll feel like if they ask you to go travel with them, that they can actually impress you. Because if you say something better than what they've done, they're not going to feel like they can impress you. So name something very blah. This is the test that y'all don't realize. It's not a competition. It's how can I allow them to know that they can impress me? That's what you're going for. Not, oh, I've been more places than you, or I'm more successful than you, or I know more, people than you, or I'm more educated than you. It's not about that. It's about, you need to impress me. You can show me things that I haven't experienced before. You can look like the man with me. That's what you need to let them feel when you're on a date. Whenever you're talking to a man, they need to know that they're impressing you, and that they have so much more to teach you, and to show you, and to give you. That's what you need to be letting them know. But you don't need to tell them that in those exact words. I have to repeat this for women that are actually going out there repeating exactly what I'm saying. You need to go home, write a script that puts this information in your story, but you don't say it word for word like I'm saying, because some people are out there saying stuff word for word because they don't understand what I'm trying to tell them. I'm trying to tell you this. Write your script out. Write your backstory out. Lie, lie, lie. Okay? You are trying to get them to think that they can impress you now and down the line. So whatever that story includes, that's what you need to be saying. Oh, well, I need it, not, well, you need to impress me. You don't need to say any of that. You just need to let them know that they can impress you by what you already experienced, because it's going to be a lie. As long as they feel like they can impress you, they're going to keep wanting to see you. They're going to keep wanting to see your reaction. They're going to keep wanting to do more for you, But if you can do everything yourself, if you've already been impressed, if you've already been and done everything, they don't want to deal with you because you're not going to appreciate anything that they do. It's not going to be special to you. You're not going to give them the admiration that they're actually looking for. So this is why you must lie. Okay? So get your pens and papers or phones or laptops and start writing your script out of what you need to be telling men on dates. Don't say your car broke, okay? I keep trying to tell y'all. If anything has to do with your car, say your tires. Everybody needs tires. That's nothing. But when you say your car broke, it means A, you don't keep up with your car maintenance. Therefore, you're irresponsible. Okay? B, no one has helped you in the past to afford a car, and you're on your own. So obviously, you're not really worth it and don't know your own value. So if you're going to say anything about a car, just say tires. Everybody needs tires. And women are especially bad with keeping up on their tires. Okay. It doesn't show irresponsibility. It just shows, I'm a woman. Okay. And tires are expensive. So, especially if you need 4, all 4, and you have a decent car. Yes. How to build immunity for COVID. I'm not going to talk about COVID, baby, because some people believe in it and some people don't. So whatever you do your own research. Okay, so I'm just saying, because people are not understanding when I say stuff. Y'all have to read. I guess y'all can't read between the lines. So I guess I have to spell everything out very clearly, because there's lots of new people. Write everything out. Don't use what I say word for word. This is me teaching you and you using the information to create your situation, not my exact words. Okay? Don't use my exact words, please. Okay. Mm-hmm. But you said to say expensive places so that they will know what you are used to. Yes. Name something nice but common that everyone has done. It can be expensive, but it needs to be common, so that they still have time and a way to impress you. Like most people say, oh, I've been to, depending on where you live, oh, I've been to Cancun, or oh, I've been to Hawaii. So now they have, okay, well, then I'll take her to, this place or that place. Don't oh, I've been to, Fiji, and, don't give them too much. Give them a little bit. Crystal, thank you, girl. When you are married, what a backup plan in case husband career business fail and left you paying bills until he gets better. Your husband needs to have several streams of income, or you need to start a business. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, maybe an online business or something. He needs to have several streams of income, maybe investments or something. Rental homes, maybe buying some cheap rental houses and leasing them out, something. Y'all need to have several streams of income. Work on that now while you got money. I'll always prepare. Don't try to fix something when it's broke. Remember when I was saying that earlier in the video? Prepare now so that when it does break, you got backup. So when nothing is wrong, prepare. Create several streams of income. Have a savings. Have another way to get money before that happens. Because if you don't work for yourself, or if you work for a business that will shut down during uncertain times. You need to always have a backup plan. Okay. Start thinking in the correct order instead of, oh, well, what are we going to do now? I don't know. You should have been thinking about that in the beginning. It's like having a prenup for your life. You know, some men will want you to sign a prenup because they're already planning for your divorce. Just in case. Not saying it's going to happen, but just in case, they say. So maybe we need to start thinking the same way. Just in case you lose your job, you need to have a backup plan. Okay. Should I know I can't have children? No, don't tell people anything. Why are y'all telling people everything? Like, why don't you just get a tattoo of your life story on your body, baby? Like, why do y'all feel like y'all have to tell people everything? I don't understand this. Because men don't. Men don't go around telling women, I can't make babies. They sure don't. Well, I can't have kids. Well, I have a low sperm count. Why is it always women who do this? I don't know. But y'all need to watch that video I made yesterday about how women care more about men than men care about women. Y'all want to give everything away for free, tell too much for free, give them all the inside, outside. Oh, this is what my uterus is doing and what it can't do. Go ahead, tell them. Tell them the whole life story. Have it tattooed and see what happens. I promise you, nothing good. Talk less. Get to that problem when you get to that problem. You might not ever get to that problem with that man. Okay. You might just get some free rent, some free mortgage, some free food, some free clothes out of that man. Why are you telling him about your uterus? Okay. Just live in the moment right then and there of what needs to be said. You can give hints and clues about what you want from him. Most men are not trying to have kids or talk about having your, kids with you on dates. They're just not. Okay. What do you do when a girl notices you like a guy and then overly starts flirting with them and then they entertain him? Then to always like an ugly guy to get them to go like that ugly guy that you don't even want and then go for the guy you really want. Talk less to everybody, especially if you have people like that around you. Those aren't your real friends. So tell her you like this broke dusty and have her go for the broke dusty while you go for the old rich. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Trick her. Find the dustiest, crustiest. Tell her you got a crush on her. Oh, I got a crush on him. For real? Mm-hmm. Get her out of the way and then go get the other one. Where did I get my headband? Well, I have a link from my Amazon affiliate link in the description below. And just check on those different boards that I have on there. I think I have one named luxury something, or outfits I would wear, or clothes I would wear, or something like that. It's listed there. What if you tried sending flowers to my fake receptionist job? Well, if you are a temp or if you work for personnel service, you could be anywhere, any day, anytime. You could work for this office one day or another office the next day. So he's not going to be able to send you any flowers because it's against the policy at your job. So you say. Tell them to send them to your house via Amazon wish list or whatever website allows people to send you stuff without you giving them your address. Mm-hmm. Should I deny cheap free dates, walk, coffee, hiking, biking? I actually enjoy those. Those kind of dates come after they've already wined and dined you. Those kind of dates are when you are in a relationship and you are hanging out together and he's already invested a lot of money into you to get you to be his woman. Those are dates for when you are already a couple, not for when someone is trying to impress you. Okay, so you can have all the dates like that you like after you are in a relationship. Those are not impressive dates. Those are not dates saying I'm a good husband, I'm a good provider, and I will take care of you. Those are dates saying I'm going to spend the least amount of money on you and waste your time. Okay? Men should be trying to prove that they can take care of you when they take you out on date. This is their chance to show you what kind of man they are. The other stuff can wait. That's what I was gonna say. He can't Amazon wish list him. Yeah. You can do the Amazon wish list. I want to take care of a man. Well, good for you. Have fun. How to find out if he can have kids if he says he does not want any more. Well, inquire deeply. It's like, oh, just assume, oh, you had a vasectomy. Then he'll tell you right then and there. Just go and say, oh, you must have had a vasectomy. Right then and there. But I wouldn't talk about that on the first date, second date, third date, or fourth date, or fifth date, or sixth date, or seventh date. I'll talk about that when you are in a relationship and that is a consideration of marriage. Women have an issue with talking about stuff way too soon rather than when it's the right time, you know? Mm-hmm. Isn't a relationship to date? You've already wasted your time. Well, you would know if you got a vasectomy by now. If you were in a relationship, you would have known if you had a vasectomy because that will come up, but not on the first couple of dates, you know. It's like you're in a relationship, you're going to sleep with the person and the thing about birth control comes up. There you go. You can find out if he has a vasectomy right then and there. The guy you talk to, and I'd be the one who talked too much, gets annoying. Well, you need to be gathering information. Listen to what he's trying to tell you. He's giving you all his triggers and weaknesses and strengths and whatnot. Tips on starting an online business without a large following, making natural soaps, body wash, face wash, scrubs, etc. Well, I would definitely start on Etsy and find someone who can, or you can pay for promotional ads and start on Etsy and pay for promotional ads. You're going to have to pay for a lot of promotion. But that's the best way. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Have professional looking, web like pictures and stuff too. Thank you, SS. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sure, I have a mall date soon. What things to have him buy? Mall advice. Go for small things and at first build up to other things. Like go for perfume because it's small, but it's expensive. Go for stuff you won't buy yourself. Like expensive bottles of perfume. Go for like a jacket that you know that you like that's very expensive, or a nice pair of shoes that you're not going to spend your own money on. Go for small, expensive things. And if he tells you to keep going, then you can go for some clothes. But try to get smaller, more designer, expensive things. Okay. If you go to the mall, just run up to the first thing you like. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, I love this perfume. Oh, this jacket is so beautiful. Oh, these shoes, I have to try them on. You just run up to him like a child and let him tell you no. Run up to the item like a child. Try them on. Act like, oh my God, I want these. And let him say, okay, we'll get them. That's pretty much it. If a sugar baby dresses elegantly, does it lower her chances of getting big money? It depends on what the sugar daddy likes, I guess. If he likes her to dress elegant so that people don't think that he's paying her, most likely it will be a better, you know, feeling for both of you guys when y'all go out in public. But if he likes it, then she'll probably do it. But at least, he will tell you. Hmm. I'm glad you're alive, Shira. You're staying consistent with your makeup and looking good. And at work today, 3 men back to back have been trying to talk to me. So it is working. Thank you. Oh, good for you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, what if they like to swim, scuba dive, smoke, snorkel, and we can't swim? What do we say? Um, have they asked you to go do that yet? Or do they just like to do that? You can just tell them you're afraid of sharks. Seen too many Jaws movies, seen too many shark movies. I don't like, there's something about just breathing underwater. I can't get used to the idea. Sorry. Right. Maybe you should learn how to swim. They have swimming lessons as well, because if you're going to date people that are swimmers, they're going to eventually find out. So maybe you do need to learn how to swim in the meantime. Okay, learn how to swim, baby. Might save your life one day. Okay, if you don't know how to do something, learn it. Yeah, please learn how to swim if y'all don't know how to swim. Because if y'all fall in the water, you just gonna die, right? If a flood happen, what's gonna happen? You're a swim. Y'all better learn. All right. Just take some swimming lessons. Also, good exercise for you too. And the swim instructor might be cute. Okay. Tips and tricks on how to approach a guy if you're traveling to unfamiliar place to freestyle. You do not approach a guy, period. Point blank, period. You do not approach a guy. That is for the man to do. The man approaches you. If you have to approach a guy, then you shouldn't be freestyling. You should just allow them to approach you. I don't recommend approaching anybody unless you're trying to break ice by asking them a simple question like, or dropping something and allowing them to pick it up, or asking a simple question like, oh, where's the bartender? Or, what's that drink that you just ordered? That looks interesting. If you're going to speak first, make it be a question and not a flirt or, oh, hi, my name is such and such. Like, don't be too direct. And then stop. And if they're not talking back, they're not really interested. But I would wait to allow people to approach you. I missed your super chat. Let me see. I'm gonna scroll back up. I don't see it. It didn't show up. If you deleted it or said bad words, it won't show up. Oh, I see it. You said you have a mall date. I said go buy small things, expensive things. I did address your. I said get perfume and get something expensive. Get shoes and perfume and stuff like that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. How much flirting or talk about sex should have when dating? None. If they're going to talk about it, then you're talking about money. Okay. Every time they bring it up, you bring up some money, or you bring up what you need and see if they offer to help you. Like, oh, I can't wait to see what if they say, oh, I can't wait to see what you're like, in the bed. And say, oh, that reminds me, my bed is like, I need a new bed because, such and such and such and such, the movers broke it and it's cracked and it doesn't work very well. And I actually need a new bed. Or you can say, oh, that reminds me, I need some new sheets for my bed. I saw these really nice ones at such and such. You change the topic and allow them to offer you whatever you're speaking about. And that's it, pretty much. So you just basically do stuff like that. If you don't need to be exchanging any type of talk like that unless they have given you money, they take you seriously, and they've invested in you. Okay, because that kind of talk is not for just dating with no one giving you anything. Okay, that's talk for online dating who never plan to do anything with you but try to sleep with you. Okay. Are there any rules to when you go dress code when you go to a hotel to freestyle? Girl, they're gonna think you a hooker. I wouldn't even recommend going to no hotel to freestyle unless you are actually staying in the hotel. But that just looks hookerish. Okay. And why are you going to the hotel anyway? All those men are from out of town. They're not going to be around after a couple of days. The only time you need to be in a hotel is when they're having conventions in town. That's when people from the local area go into the conventions in those hotels. You don't need to be there randomly. You need to find out when there is a convention or something like that, and then show up as if you're part of the convention. But otherwise, you look very suspicious of something else. Why would you freestyle at a I don't know. So, an investment means they spent money on you in large amounts or a lot of money on you over time. Okay? Not just 1 or 2 dates. That's not going to be enough. So, Shira, do you recommend getting revenge on an ex who mistreated you or letting it go? My evil side is telling me, unless he stole my money, not me giving it to him and saying, oh, will you pay me back? Unless he actually committed a crime, no, because everything is your fault because you allowed it. You need to take full responsibility of what you allowed him to do and take it as a lesson and learn and get over it. Unless he committed a crime, nope, because we need to learn these lessons. Thank you, classy CPA. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Newbie here. What does freestyle and sprinkle, sprinkle mean? Freestyle means going out to be seen for men to approach you. Just going out by yourself, basically, or going out to be seen. And attract men and have them come talk to you. Sprinkle, sprinkle is when someone donates or gives me a compliment and I'm saying thank you. It's basically like thank you and much abundance back to you. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Ask yourself, do you know how to get money up from a man? If no, you have a whole lot to learn. Right. So you think you may be angry towards yourself, but I want to take it out on him. Thanks for the advice. Yeah. Well, don't take it out on him. Don't take it out on yourself. Just make sure you don't repeat whatever was done or allow someone to repeat. That's the best revenge, is to also level up and go get another one that's better. Another man that's better. I understand. I understand, y'all. I've taken revenge several times in my youth. But now I'm older and wiser, and I see that it's not worth your time. But if you just have to do it, girl, I threw a rock through a window. I did an Erykah Badu. I broke some windshields. Girl. They're very sensitive about their cars. But see, now there's cameras everywhere. So back in my day, it wasn't no cameras everywhere. So good luck. And I've already told people, like, if you just gotta get revenge, girl, call up to that job. Write you a good old script and call up to that job. You can pretend to be Karen and give that person the worst review ever and demand that they be fired. Okay, hi, this is Karen. Yes, I was in there the other day, and one of your employees, I think his name was, whatever his name is, and he was just so rude to me. He was this, and he was not helpful at all. He had an attitude with me. He was cursing me out, but he didn't think I could hear him. But I said, I'm going to call the manager. And he lied and said he was the manager. And that you wouldn't believe me if I told you this story. And he would deny it, and that he's cool with you because you think he's, cute, especially if it's a woman. Girl, she gonna fire that fool. Okay. I'm gonna be like, hi, beautiful. At which date from meeting a potential shall I play the damsel in distress? To see, you need to set that up from the beginning by mentioning certain things. Like I said, write out your script so that eventually when you get to date 2 or 3, it's not a big surprise. And when you mention something, they will either respond by saying, oh, can I help you? Or, is there anything I can do? Or if they don't care, they're not going to ask you if they can help you or not. So that's how you can test it. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. So, yes, so you can get them fired. Do you think it's a good idea to start your own bakery business in your kitchen on Instagram? There are a lot of people in my city selling baked goods through Instagram. I think it's a good idea to start a YouTube channel if you bake and do that. You can make way more money doing that. You can sell it as well. You can set up like an online Etsy shop or something like that and do like mailing out of the food. But people aren't going to, like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get more money building social media than you would just selling baked goods out of your kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Via Instagram. I mean, definitely put it on Instagram, but also make a channel and, show people how to make your stuff. And maybe you can even do an Amazon cookbook out of it, and then you won't really have to really sell the food eventually. Unless you want to, then you can open up a restaurant or get like a kitchen that you cook out of, or your own bakery or something. But I would definitely go the social media route and build that, because that's where your money's going to be. Because, like, and plus you got to have a license to sell out of your kitchen. Okay. You got to have licenses. You got to get approved. You got to do all of that stuff. They got to come and check your kitchen to see if it is sanitary. You got to take a course in food sanitation. So good luck. If you just on YouTube, you ain't got to do none of that. If you're just doing recipes on Instagram, you don't have to do any of that. I want that dough fast and go. You got revenge by putting her cheating ex info all over gay sites back page. Ooh. And propositioned day and night until he had to change the number. Oh my God. I guess that's a funny way to get revenge. But if you hit a man in their money, that's the best. That's one of the hardest revenges, when you hit the money. You get their money, girl. That hurts. So, back page don't hurt, but that money do. That sounds so diabolically funny. That does sound funny, though. Or do both, hey. Anyway. You said don't publicize that. It's illegal, right? So getting his money is the best revenge, definitely. Who keeps calling me? Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. What is your opinion on serial dating more than 2 men at a time? More money. Okay, that's my opinion. My son's father put me on Sugar Mama site because I left him. It was funny, I can't lie. Wow. Shall women not talk, just smile and nod and look pretty? No, they should say some things in between, but they don't need to dominate the conversation and tell their life story and ask inappropriate questions and give too much information on, when out with a man. That's basically what this video is about. Women talk too much and give out too much information that, and then, let me talk about the advice giving women. These are the worst. And you're probably one of them. Like, I know I was one of them a long time ago, but we have to stop ourselves. If a man presents an issue or talks about an issue, that's not an invitation for you to give them advice. I will repeat this. If a man is speaking on an issue, that is not your invitation to give them advice. Period. Anybody. Just say, oh, I'm sure you will figure it out. You are a smart man. That's all you got to say. You don't start trying to look in your phone and find solutions and contacts and talking about how you can help solve the problem that, no, shut it up and say, oh, I'm sure you will figure it out. You are a very smart man. And that is it. Leave it there. Don't be trying to solve people's problems. Basically, when you try to solve their problem, you're being masculine. So don't do it. Do not be the advice giver. If they have a problem, don't be the counselor either. Don't start to be their therapist. Do not start to be their problem solver. Shut up and tell them they're smart and I'm sure they can figure it out. Okay? Just listen. What if he asks for your opinion? Well, you know what? I mean, I don't know what I would do, but I am sure that you are a smart man and you will figure it out. There you go. Same thing, but You're just saying you don't know. I couldn't imagine. So, but I'm sure you're a very smart man. You will figure it out. Basically, I'm not going to give you no advice because once you start, you might not be able to stop. Okay. So don't even start. Don't even start giving him advice, because if you think he really wants your opinion and advice, then you won't stop. So just say you don't know. How to stop loving him? Start loving yourself. If he stopped loving you, that should be enough of a reason, baby. That's like you going to show up for work and they're not giving you no paycheck. Don't make no sense. You stop if he stopped. Okay. Y'all have to be disciplined and realize what's really going on. Like, don't be so weak. Can you ask him for advice? Only if it's pertaining to something that you need financially. And if his advice is not a solution that comes from his pockets, I really wouldn't invite anybody to give me advice unless you want them to continue to do it on a repeated basis in the future. I mean, you can. That's not against anything I believe in, but just for your own sake, think about if you want them continuing to give you advice in the future because you've opened that doorway. If so, make sure it's attached to some money. Okay. Like if it's not about advice on how he's going to give you some money, then I don't see the reason. Because I would already have it pre-written out how, if I'm going to ask a man for advice, it's going to be advice about how to solve a problem that can only be solved with money that I don't have. So unless he's going to offer to solve that problem for me, there's no advice that he can give me. So that would be my answer. Always work in a way for them to know that you need something out of them, but not in an obvious way. I don't tell, whenever they say, what are you looking for in a relationship? I've answered this question 1,000 times. You don't ever tell them, because that's what they're going to use against you to get to play games with you. So all you say is, oh, I'm just looking for someone that, just wants to see where this adventure takes us. Something stupid like that. That means nothing. I ain't looking for nothing. Let's just see what happens. Because if you tell them what you're looking for, then they can tell you what they are going to pretend to be. And so that you can think, oh my God, this is the real one. And then they can just dip out whenever they choose to, because you believe them for the amount of time that they wanted to be with you. And then poof, you've given them too much information to go on. If they don't know what you're looking for, they can't pretend to be it. Okay. So they have to try everything. They got to and still try to impress you. They don't have one way to impress you. They have to try several ways. Signs he knows that you have a crush on him. When you're looking at him all the time and smiling at him, obviously, being extra nice to him, I'm sure he knows. And if he hasn't approached you, then he probably doesn't want to. Because when a man think you got a crush on him, oh, he trying to get in right away. He can tell you like him. He's not going to pass up that opportunity. So if it's been a while, don't be the one to be all silly over him. Allow yourself some dignity. The same way he got a crush on you. Exactly. A fire spawn, right? How to spot a rich Dusty? Why would you want to spot a rich Dusty? When you say stuff and they don't offer to help you, that's the first sign he ain't trying to help you. And you know he got money, but he's not offering to help you. Oh, when you mention something in your conversation that you may, that he could all of a sudden butt in and say, oh, well, I'll help you. How much is it? Or, is there anything I can do? Or if you need anything, just ask. If he's not butting in to say that, then he's a rich Dusty if you know he got money. Okay, y'all need to realize this. If they are not offering to help you when you are obviously in need by the story that you are telling, they're probably not going to help you. And you are wasting any time in the future if you spend with them. Okay, because that means, yes, I will date you. Yes, I will be seen out in public with you. Yes, I will take you to eat as long as you're seen out in public with me. Yes, I will try to sleep with you. But if you should ever need anything, I will not offer to help you. This is exactly what it means. And that's not the type of man you want. Okay, you need the kind that's going to jump to help you. So take the clue and the hint and don't try to hold on unless you're just using that person for food. Okay? He wants no strings attached. Sex, I don't. Can I change his mind? Nope. That's what he sees you as. That's all he wants from you. You cannot change his mind. You can change the man by getting a different man. Okay? It's already too late. This is what he sees you as. This is all you are going to be to him. Move on. You don't get to get in any other category because this is how he's labeled you. For whatever reason, this is how he's labeled you. Okay? I don't know what you look like, how you dress, or how you speak, but this is the label that he's giving you. If you want to get out of that type of label, then you need to change a lot of things about how you walk, talk, and dress and act. Okay? So just question your style, how you present yourself, da 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 da. You say you need to throw him away. Yes. But don't most guys just want sex? Not all but married. Yes, they do, but they're willing to spend money and pay bills as well. And that's how you make them invest and earn you. Okay. You don't give it away right after you meet someone. You make them earn that money. Okay. The therapist, I'm going to go ahead and just put you in a timeout because obviously you don't have a job or a woman. Tell your mother I said hello. I'm sure she's in the kitchen fixing you whatever meal there is. Anyway. Hey, Sasha. Did you ever get your food? Okay. Speaking of meals and mothers and children. All right. Yeah. I put him in timeout. He trying to get attention, girl. He can't get attention with that wallet or them looks, though. He tried. So, yes. Don't get upset if someone has told you that you need to improve yourself. This is how I always look at it. If someone only offers you those things and no strings attached, it means improve yourself. That's all it means. It means you are not worthy enough to be anything else but this at this time, because you always can level up. Yeah, you could be mad a little bit, but it's just an indication that you need to work on yourself a little bit more. That's all. Okay. So found your channel and bless. Oh, thank you. So all you have to do is just, class it up a little bit more. I met an old man in person in Monaco, and he's currently in London, and he has a place there also. We've been talking back and forth about meeting up. How do I get somebody out of him? Well, when you meet up with him, start telling him about a problem, and if he offers to help you, he will. Okay? Or if you talk on the phone with him, start talking about an issue, and if he offers to help you, great. What type of clothes should be wear to freestyle? Depends on what type of man you're looking for and how you want to be perceived, classy or fun or, whatever. That's how you need to dress. But if you're looking for something serious, I suggest you just dress more classy. Never tell a man what you do for a living. Lie, lie, lie. Yep. My sugar daddy want to meet my family. What do I do? Well, does your family have anything against your sugar daddy? Girl, I don't know. Is he paying your bills yet? I mean, do you still have to work? Because ain't nobody meeting my family if I'm still working and paying bills, period. Okay, unless we in high school. Okay. Tell them they live out of the state, unless you've already spoken too much. This is why you don't tell everybody everything in the beginning, because when this situation comes up and you don't want them to meet, all you have to do is just sit there and say, well, they don't live in state. And if you didn't tell your whole life story in the beginning, then you don't have to meet. So that's why I always say, make sure you have your life plan already out. You already know if this goes anywhere, he's going to want to meet your family. If you don't want your family meeting him, then you need to lie in the beginning and say your family lives out of town. Okay. No oversharing, and write your plan out from the beginning. Do you want your parents to meet any of these men? They can always move in, but it's harder to just say someone moved out after they already know that they live here. So be smart about it. Be smart. So hopefully you didn't tell them too much, and you can say they're out of town or something, or they work a lot or something. I don't know. Or they don't want to meet anybody. Unless they're serious and trying to marry me. What if your mother is ratchet and throws you under the bus because she can't help herself? Then warn him in advance. My mom crazy. She ratchet. She likes to talk about people. So when she starts doing that, just know that's what it is. And I'm sorry in advance. Girl, apologize for your family in advance. Tell them all he needs to know about them and what they're going to do so he can actually be laughing at the same time. And looking at you like, so it's like an inside information thing, because some families will do that to you, and they need to know well in advance so that they can look at you like this. You told me. Or just don't introduce them. Or introduce them really fast, or have it in public. They're less likely to act ratchet in public. Okay? They're more likely to be on their best behavior in public. That would be my advice. He says she introduced herself. Oh, okay. Do you protect family or him? Here's my thing. I tell him about family in advance. This is what you need to do. Tell him who's crazy, who ain't crazy, who's going to say bad things, and who's not going to say bad things. That way you don't have to protect anyone. Okay? Um, how to get a sugar daddy back that I dumped because he was in love and too jealous. Why do you want him back now if he was that and you don't want him then? I don't know. I mean, if he was in love and jealous, I'm sure he'd come right back if you just let him know that you were available. Mm-hmm. You said you missed the money. Well, then remember that the next time he's acting in love and jealous, if he comes back. Can I use perfume as a shampoo? You can use it for whatever you want. Just don't drink it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But if there's alcohol in it, it will dry out your hair. Just so you know. Don't fall for it if he says he wants to marry you. Yep. Where the ring at, and ask him for something very expensive after he's saying he wants to marry you. Because why should he deny his wife the finer things? So play the game right along with him. When he says he want to marry you, it's like, oh, wonderful. Let's go pick out the ring. Oh, wonderful. Let's go pick out, this. Go shopping, baby. If I'm going to be your wife, then it's an investment. If you're not trying to spend no money, then obviously you're not serious about me being your wife. You're take that marriage thing and run to the nearest shopping center. Oh, well, if I'm going to be your wife, I'm going to need some new, just start naming stuff that go in the kitchen. I'm going to need a new mixer. Go get all the KitchenAid stuff. Get you some good knives for your own place. Girl, get you everything. I need some new sheets and a new comforter for my bed. He gonna think he getting ready to spend a night. Nope. Girl, redecorate your whole spot with his money since he want to be your husband. Then tell him, oh, I don't believe in living together or spending the night until we are married, and see what he say then. Okay, but get that stuff out of him first, because he's lying if he wants to marry you only 2 dates after knowing you. Get that redecoration going on. Okay. What if I don't want to marry him but still want the life insurance and money forever? Then I don't know. Tell him, let's just be together without marriage. Most men will probably go for that. But then tell him you want to be on the insurance. That sounds easy enough. Should I tell him I live with my mom? That's up to you. I mean, how do you think he's going to view you if you do? Yeah, that's another thing y'all have to consider. How will this person view you? That's why you have to know the person, understand how they view other people. That's why you got to let them talk and see how they would view you if you were to tell them the actual truth. And it also depends on how old you are. If you're too old to be living with your mama, they probably will view you as a loser. So you don't want to look like that. So if you're under the age of like 25, that's probably going to be the norm. If you're over 25, that's going to look a little strange. So just think about it like that. How to be less opinionated about stupid men with money, especially when you have a deep understanding of the way things work. By acting, darling. By acting. The way I do on a daily basis. There's always going to be stuff that you know that other people don't know, and you can't just treat them stupid because they don't know. You just have to act and be cordial and dumb yourself down, like I always tell people to do. Because they're not going to look at you the same. Is it strange to say you have a roommate if you're 35? Yes, it is. Very strange. Sorry, but it is. I'm being honest with y'all. 35, you should have your own spot. Mm-hmm. I'm actually curious if you work at Hooters, won't men there be trying to get you? I'm pretty sure they might. Okay. What if he lives with his old mom? Don't let that trick fool you. You mean, what if he lives under his old mom's roof because he can't afford his own? You mean that? Same thing as living with your mama, period. If you live with your mama, you live with your mama. Go if you see the house and it's all her stuff, that's her house. If she looks out of place in there, is his house. Okay, that's how you know. Mm-hmm. Um, y'all are laughing. Yep, y'all already know. It's their mama house, most likely. So, I'm trying to read some of these questions. He can have his own place and still take care of her if that's what it's about. That's right. You know, they will lie and they will try to make it sound like they'll really emphasize that they're taking care of their mother and that just to make it seem like it's their house or it ain't. Mm-hmm. Invest in yourself. That's right. Thank you, Rosalina Sprinkle Sprinkle. We've been dating for a long time. He gave me the marriage speech and I told him let's go pick up the ring. And then he said if he engages, he want to marry the next month. Or LOL, I just want to cash out the ring. Any tips? Does he need a green card? First of all, does he need citizenship? You need to figure that out. Number two, you need to spend as much money as well as getting the ring before that month occurs. And then you need to say, well, I talked to my mom and she doesn't think it's a good idea to get married so quick. So we might need to wait. Okay. Here you go. That's all you got to say. But make sure you're getting everything within that month. Then at the last week, go ahead and tell them. But he does need the green card, but he could provide. Girl, don't trust it. He a good provider now because he need that green card. Okay. Thank you, Royal Sagittarius. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I am picky when it comes to advice, and you are the bomb. Best coach. Thank you, mom is coach. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, if he needs that green card, girl, I don't think he's going to be that much of a provider after he gets it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Does he have a job? Does he have money? Does he just have money for now? I mean, it would have to be a very secure plan and he would have to pay me up front to even do that, to consider it. This is how much I want up front in cash. You paying all these bills, put your name on this lease, pay the bills up for 6 months. This was going to take. Then whatever you decide to do, have fun. And I'm going to do me, you do you. The dad isn't involved in 1-year-old life. He wants to throw a party. Do I let him, even though it's only a facade to show people? I mean, I would let him pay, and then I would just embarrass him when he went after he didn't pay. Well, thank you for paying. That's the only thing you've ever done for your 1-year-old child. But thank you anyway. Appreciate it. Girl, let him pay. Save your money. I hope he on child support. If not, get on it. How can I earn income as a stay-at-home mom, wife, to get my own bag? Get online business. Get an online business. Start an online business. Do drop shipping, advertising, or whatever. Find stuff that you can do online. Thank you, TM Sprinkle Sprinkle. He's married, so I can't marry him. He provides and set my business up for 3 years now, but I want life insurance. Should I be calm, or is there a way? You could ask him about it. You know, all he has to do is, fill out the paperwork and put your name on it as a beneficiary and pay on it every month. Or ask him permission to do it and then just get the money from him to pay it. If he doesn't have any bad health problems, there shouldn't be no issue. So I'm about to start marrying at least 3-5 men yearly who need green cards. Okay, level up, ladies. That's funny. What age did you consider marriage? Well, probably around 25, 26. I was really ready. I was ready mid-20s. Mid-20s, I was ready. Do any of the women here oppose child support or don't have their baby daddy on it? Why are you asking that? They probably gonna be like, Thank you, Rosalina. He does have money, but he already married in Africa. He spent a lot on me these months, and he told me he doesn't need me for green card. LL. Okay, well, I don't know how hard it's going to be to get life insurance if they live in a different country. So I have no idea, but maybe he can just start some type of fund for you, or he just deposits money every month. I don't know. Because in order to cash that out, you're going to have to get a death certificate. So is there any way you're going to be able to get his death certificate? If not, probably not going to be a good idea. If we're not married, you're not on child support. If we're not married, you're not on child support. You're going on child support. Okay, Tyra, I get you. If you're 35 and they're trying to come over, what's the excuse? To say, oh, you have visitors. My mom's visiting from out of town. She's staying with me. Visitors are always great. If they keep trying, just do like on Coming to America when he says, oh, I'm really ashamed of my apartment. I need new furniture. Then he'll buy you some new stuff and give you some money. Or if you already have nice furniture, you just pocket the money. Get some money. Switch apartments. I don't like where I live. It's not in a nice part of town. Can we go looking for new apartments? New places. Girl, get money out of it. Everything you can turn into money if you smart. Okay? Haha. So make sure, like, that's why I say don't talk too much in the beginning and tell them where you live and da 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 da, because you can always use this later on if you're trying to come over. A potential wants to video chat me, but I don't want to. What shall I tell him? I don't know. I don't know. I've never video chatted before. I don't even think my phone camera is, if you have an older phone, you can probably get a new phone out of that, or you can probably just say, oh, I'm really bad. I look really bad. I'm not photogenic on these phones. Da 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 da. How about we just talk instead? Or there'll be people behind me in the background or something. You say you don't have a good webcam? Yeah, I don't have a good webcam. Can you buy me one? Can you upgrade my laptop? Do you have a sugar baby course? No, I don't have no courses. I don't teach no classes, baby. You can't teach stuff in the class. You got to be like, everything is personalized for yourself as an individual, because what works for one ain't going to work for the other. So you just have to get information as it pertains to you and customize your own, game, because it doesn't work like that. But I do recommend getting my books. They are in the description bar. They're on Amazon. So one is I Bring Nothing to the Table. Another book is Too Pretty to Pay Bills. And I have a couple other ones, The Wisdom of SheRaSeven. And those links should be below. So y'all get those on Amazon, as some of them are only ebooks, but some of them are physical copies or ebooks. So you have a choice. The Wisdom of SheRaSeven. I have several quotes about everything I speak about. You've been married for a year. You got into medical school. It cost you $30,000 to apply, and my man paid for it all. He also paid my $17K in student loans in under a year. Good for you, girl. Get that man paying for all them bills. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Wonderful. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to go to school, and you make sure somebody else paying for it. Just bought I Bring Nothing to the Table, waiting for delivery. Oh, thank you, Tyra. I appreciate that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Shali Mari. Shay Mari. Did I say it right? Okay. Hey, Shira, I know you just. Okay. Hey, Shira, I know you met James at 22, but what age is appropriate to start freestyling, scouting potential after the fun, love, and etc. Love the new backdrop. Thank you, girls. I was looking for it at the age of 22. I was tired of working, and I was tired of losers and broke and dusties. I mean, I had dated and had fun and dated these type of guys, been out with, all different types, and I was just ready to be done. So 22 was my age that I was ready. Like, I'm done with this, or I thought I was done at 21, but I figured, oh, I'm going to be working in a funeral home and I'm going to be doing this. And I was having fun doing that. But now at 22, I said, I'm done. I need to settle down and get my life going in the direction that I want my lifestyle to go in. Because I was done. But at 22, I lived a different life than most people. If you work in a funeral home, you're around old people all day, dead people all day. So you see how fleeting life is. I started going out when I was very young because my sister used to take me out. Plus, I had fake ID, so I got a head start in going out and having my fun. So I've had a lot of fun prior to being 22 years old. I didn't go to like some university or 4-year college where I had to stay in class all day. I was out all the time, after high school and during high school. So I kind of lived the life that most people are just starting already. I was done. I was ready to retire. So that's why. I guess it depends, but the pilots that fly into Maui are very luxury beachfront mansions. I say it's worth the date. Okay. Y'all must be talking with each other. That's true. Me too, Shira. I dealt with the same BS from middle school to high school. Right. You have fun. You go out, you date. And then when you're ready to settle down, that's when you want to do it. You want to settle down. Mm-mm-mm. How to get a house from a politician. 40 years old. You think a 40-year-old is going to buy you a house? I don't see that happening, darling. I'm so sorry. I'm 41 and there's no way I'm buying anybody a house unless one of my eyes is over here and the other one is over here. Okay? That's very unlikely. I'll just say that. Now, if you would have said 50 or 55, then we could have been talking about how to get him to buy you a house. Okay. You've seen what you've done for others, and I want the same. 50K or a Porsche. Well, then, hopefully you're leveled up and you're aiming for the correct target and not the wrong targets. Thank you, Inez. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Your husband not giving you a lot, just mortgage, money, shopping, and groceries. If I leave, I will struggle a little. I have a job. Advice. Okay, is the house in your name? Y'all gonna get. If that is the house in your name, if the house is not in your name, save the mortgage money. Don't pay the mortgage. If it ain't in your name, save the mortgage money, save it up. Take the grocery money and go shop at the Dollar Tree and make him Dollar Tree casserole. That means whatever's in that frozen section, mix it up and serve it to him. And save that money too. Do that for about 3 months until he gets that notice. Then be out. If your name is on it, I don't know. Maybe y'all need to refinance and take your name off. If it's possible. But then if you divorce him, you're not going to get half the money or the money from the house. So it's just up to you. But I would definitely save until I was ready to leave so I would not have to struggle. I would find a way to save until I could leave. And I don't understand. Are you just leaving because he's not giving you money or you just don't want him no more? I don't know. Um, that's my whole point. Like, are you leaving because you just don't want him anymore and he's not doing enough and you want to do better? Because you can do that. You can get a sugar daddy and stay married. A lot of women do it. All right. Sound like she don't want him because he's still paying some bill. What? Okay. So anyway, sure, you're 18 and going to go to university soon anyway. To get a man to pay for it, I feel like my age might scare men away because I'm barely legal. It probably will, so you need to lie. Just like women lie about being younger, you can lie about being older. Dress older, look more mature, get some more mature looking clothes, and go ahead and start your line. Okay. Do I think a narcissist could be a provider? He's filthy rich, met him only once, but picked up on narcissistic tendencies. And no, I don't have a relationship mentally with him. I don't care about anybody being narcissistic. As long as they're giving me money, because I don't take anything that anybody says personally, and I can be just as narcissistic right on back. So just give me the money. I could care less how somebody talks. You know what I'm saying? Like if you take everything personally, you ain't gonna make it in this world. It's business, baby. It's business. Think of it like that. It's only business. Thank you, Nene. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're 19. You like dating guys your age, but they're immature and you don't know what to gain. Can I date for at this age if I don't want to date older men? You can date ugly men, fat men, men that are going to be thankful that you actually want to be seen in public with them, and they'll probably do more and give you more. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They'll be your same age, but they'll be like, they'll probably have all their money saved because they haven't been taking anyone out on dates. They don't really spend a lot of money on themselves because, they're not trying to impress all these women to get dates because they already know they're not going to get a date. So you might as well use all that money in their little savings account. They've been saving and they're probably getting and, have a good time. Date the ugly and the ones that nobody wants. They'll treat you the best and give you the most. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And probably graduate and make the most money. For real. Date the ones nobody wants. They'll probably be the ones with the money. You said, "Boo, I don't want to have ugly babies." Why are y'all so worried about these babies? Oh my gosh, I don't want ugly babies. Is that like a thing? Oh, my baby's got to be pretty. I don't know. Like I'd rather have a pretty bank account and pretty vacations and pretty houses and pretty cars and stuff like that. I'm sorry. Babies can look pretty. Children can look pretty. Women can look pretty. All you need is some makeup. Get your hair done. And they would be able to afford any type of cosmetic surgery if needed. I mean, I'm not trying to be poor and looking cute. You know? So I don't really consider those type of things. It's kind of low class to say, oh, but I want a pretty baby. Because it's like that's all you care about is looks. And you can have a cute Dusty, but be living on Section 8 with a pretty baby. I'm sorry, I need to be living in a nice house. And, we can take care of anything else that needs to be taken care of. So that's poverty mind thinking. Okay. Your babies can look pretty, period. Just dress them up nice, give them some money. If they need plastic surgery when they get older, you can afford it. Done. You know? You need to have a meet and greet when COVID is over. No, I don't. Thank you, though. Thank you, Shiny Sprinkle Sprinkle. Exactly. And I think those ugly babies would prefer not to live in poverty and get what they want. Exactly. Yo, pretty baby's gonna be dating them ugly babies because them ugly babies got the money. And then you're gonna have some ugly grandchildren. Thank you, Leah Sprinkle Sprinkle. He's 50, back with his baby mama for a year, half there on and off, but he pays my bills. And recently he has fallen in love with me. Should I leave or say, girl, he paying them bills? Stay until you replace him. Girl, if you can't replace him with someone else, then don't. But don't allow yourself to lose out if he's still trying to give you money. I would definitely take that money until I can replace it with something better or more. Because you already know the truth, so it's not like he's lying to you. Mm-hmm. If you're out freestyling and Rich Man asks you for your number, is there any way he can communicate without sharing my number? Yeah, Cash App. Sprinkle Sprinkle, give me your Cash App. Give me your email. Mm-hmm. I can't believe y'all with these ugly baby things. Oh my God. Just because if you look good, your baby gonna look good. Okay. Y'all are silly. Y'all are really silly. Y'all are really silly. That's funny to me though. Okay. If y'all are young, I understand. This is why there's a huge gap in, this is why there is a huge financial gap. Because certain people marry for money and certain people marry for looks. This is why there's a huge financial gap. That's all I'm going to say. Done. So, that's why you have this huge financial gap. That's why you have people that are like, okay, well, do I choose money? I'm getting the money. Mm-hmm. If you have a sugar daddy and he's taking care of you, is there a reason not to be intimate? If he already taking care of you, if you don't work anymore, and if you want to give it to him, fine. I'm just saying, don't give it to someone who hasn't given you anything and invested in you heavily. You know what I'm saying? And don't give it up too much. Thank you, Tara. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Shira, thank you so much for sharing all of your wisdom. You have helped me change my thought process and my life, and I'm so appreciative. We'll send my question on another chat. Thank you, Tara. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. Right. Jay-Z, not ugly, right? Mm-hmm. And also, who says that you have to have someone's baby that you're just dating or getting money from? You know what I'm saying? If you're basing having cute babies on someone that you're just dating, that's a little strange, So you don't even know if they're going to be a provider yet. You don't even know if they're going to pay your money, pay you money or give you rent or mortgage or whatever yet. You don't even know if they even like you enough to even give you money. They might not want to have babies with you some of the time. They might just want to wham, bam, and thank you, ma'am. So the thing is, I wouldn't think like that before I would go out with anybody. I would only think like that if it was to get serious. So if you want to get pregnant, it is because you want child support. I'm lost on why these girls are trying to have babies so bad. I don't know. I'm not getting ready to, even consider children until marriage is up on the table. So, what if he's what? Do you always wait for him to mention marriage? Unless you've been in that relationship for a long time and it's either, look, you gonna do this or do I need to make some new plans? Unless you have to give the ultimatum after, years, then you shouldn't mention it. Okay. Mhm. Right. She'll provided man 30 years old telling me he wants to have kids soon. I'm only 20. What does this mean? It means you'll be in poverty level very soon if you listen to him. Because I'm sure he don't have enough money to support you, him, and some kids. Especially if he can't afford to buy you a ring and marry you first. So if he can't do all of those things, then he can't afford it. If he wants to have kids soon, then he wants to get married soon. So ask him where your ring is and where he want to get married at. Okay? And that's another thing. Stop letting these men tell you what they want. What do you want? What do you want? Do you want to get married? Yes. Do you want to have children inside of wedlock if it's possible? Yes, you do. You don't want to allow people to decide your life for you and then bounce when it is inconvenient for them. So there you go. Right. I always said I don't think Jay-Z's ugly at all. It's just that some people don't like themselves and they want to marry someone that feels they're going to make their children look better than they look. I don't know. I think the kids look fine. Thank you, Tara. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hey, Shira. Thanks for all your amazing advice. Please scroll up to my question. Girl, I can't see that. You know how many people are in here? There's 771 people in here. I will not be able to see it if it is not highlighted. So yeah, you should have put it in the highlight. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, you're going to on a 6th date with a potential tonight. He's a successful business owner. He has been on it. He's sent flowers, but I'm ready for some sprinkle, sprinkle. How do I bring it up? Start talking about your day and mention something that is a financial burden to you and see if he offers to help you out. I always say, say you paid your grandma's mortgage and now you're kind of like trying to figure out how you're going to take care of yourself and your bills. And then pause and see if he offers to help. If not, he's not the type to help. Okay? He should offer to help you in some way or offer to at least give you something on it. And if he asks you how much you need, double it. Okay? You said Jay-Z is too street for Beyonce. No, he not. She from Houston, 3rd Ward. Beyonce is probably more street than him. Anyway. She was acting. She was acting bougie. She was acting that way. Right. The obsession with cute babies is odd. You'll learn to love them anyway. Right. So, I really want to scam these men. Then go ahead and do it, girl. Sheila, what's your advice to a 20-year-old who wants to be provided for? Go for an older man. Much older. Much older. One that can afford to provide for you. However old that may be for you. And what you need out of them. And they think a baby is going to give them what they are looking for, think that they are missing. Love comes from within. Da, da, da. Yeah, I don't worry about that. That's like I said, that's kind of low class when people say, oh, I want a cute baby. So you end up, it's considered low class when you think about the child's looks rather than their lifestyle. It's just what it is. So don't repeat that. Just keep it to yourself. Um, Someone said featureism. It's just like, yeah, just don't say nothing. um, they're only babies for a short time, exactly. And what if that baby grows up to be obese, or what if that baby grows up to be something that you don't even approve of or whatnot? It's going to be the same issue. What if they like get a bunch of tattoos all over them and whatnot and be ratchet because you would rather have a cute Dusty because you want a cute baby, and now they got face tattoos. Okay, so it really don't matter. Be careful. He said, it could be true. You don't know. Mm-hmm. Y'all are laughing, but I'm serious. You dream of you dream of having a woman like all of you all. That's so nice. Thank you. We know you dream. Come out sick and cute. What? Mm-hmm. Thanks. That's true for my son's dad. Wasn't the best looking, and people were confused because my son is handsome, and that's because of my genes. Exactly. If you cute, your child gonna be cute. Eh. Mm-hmm. If you ugly, then yeah, you might need to find you a cute man. Okay. How to get more money from my sugar daddy. He wants to give me a monthly only 400 a month. I need more. Trying to save for a home. Help Shira. 400 a month is not a lot of money. I would not call him a sugar daddy. Change that around to Splendid Daddy. Okay, because that ain't no sugar, baby. That's not no sugar. That's some Splendor. So either get you another one and have two, or tell him that you need more. Tell him you need stuff in between, and he'll just give you the money for it. But 400 is not no sugar daddy. I'm sorry. That is a Splendid Daddy. So, how can I strengthen my manifestations? I'm new to it. Act like you already have what you want and prepare for it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Live on that frequency. Yes. What this guy could be cute and he will still invest. The guy could be cute and he will still invest. Yes, but that could take a while to find. And he could be gone at any second if there's someone slightly younger or slightly cuter than you, because he has lots of options. And know that you'll probably take him back if he decides to come back. So, think about all of those things. Think about all of those things, okay? Don't just think about right now, like what he's going to do now. Think about what he could do in 15 years from now. Are you going to look the same? Is he going to look better? Will he replace you with someone younger because y'all are close to the same age? Are you going to get the boot? You know? Think in advance. Think in advance. 15 years from now, what are you going to look like? Are you going to stay on your level up? Or if you have kids with him, are you going to bounce right back? Men age slower than women. Are you going to look like his mother when he gets a little bit older? You got to think about stuff like that. Think, think, think. Mm-hmm. How can we create chemistry and connection and have a great conversation? By scripting it out really good first and then acting it out really good. Honestly, you can have chemistry and a good conversation with just about anyone if that's your goal. You know what I'm saying? If that is your goal, you can have chemistry and a good conversation with just about anyone. It's easy. Why do cute men always end up being old and no children, even if they have money? Because they had lots of options. And they took advantage of many options. And they still think they got options, obviously. Okay. And y'all, this channel is not for women who are looking for this perfect relationship with a handsome, young, rich man. Because I don't like to waste time. Okay. If you find that, wonderful. But for, you know, for the general people, for the general public, we not looking all day and all night up and down for the needle in the haystack. We trying to get paid right now, today, tomorrow, or this week sometime. Okay. We trying to secure the bag, get the money, get the marriage license, get the deed and all that kind of stuff. Okay. We ain't trying to spend time and looking for, stuff we should have been looking for as, teenagers and young adults. But for those who still are, I don't want to diminish your hope. And if you get anything from this channel, wonderful, but that's not what the channel is based on. So, you said no Prince Charming yet. But it'll be, it's nice to hear when people get exactly what they want in life. And I'm happy for anyone who's gotten that. So I think when we speak, we're speaking in general, not, in rare cases. So that's why I like to focus on what's actually easy and possible. Easily possible. Mm-hmm. Your only purpose of men is to give women all their money. That's right. Mm-hmm. Many guys think we are desperate and that they are the prize. Do not text him at all in the morning and make it like you are busy. Turn the tables right. A man proposed today and he is financially stable. I did what you said and I left my dusty boyfriend who took all my energy. Good for you, Mai. Get your money, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Congrats. Mm-hmm. You once had a boyfriend and at least some money to provide, but he was so ugly. I was sometimes disgusted when I saw his face in the morning. I want the money, but I cannot deal with this ugly face, girl. I wonder what he looked like, who he looked like. What famous person he looking like, girl? What his ugliness look like? You said Flavor Flav. Mm-hmm. What he look like? Craig Mack, Flavor Flav. Who actually said that? Like, who did he really look like? I'm trying to see. Very Vera. Very Vera. What did he look like, girl? Like what was disgusting about him? I'm just trying to see what y'all think is ugly. Thank you, Tara. Potential sugar daddy wants to connect with me on the mental, physical, and spiritual. I'm starting to feel connected. He is in town for every other week or for business. What do I need to be? Girl, don't even do it. Pretend, be acting, girl. Don't really connect. Because once you do that, you'll lose all your power. Just pretend you're connected. Girl, act it out. Write down what you're going to say. And understand that you must remain separated emotionally in order to keep your power. Okay? Just make up some stuff that sound good and spiritual and whatnot and mental, but don't really be involved in it. If it's a script, it's easier. You said he looked like Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's not ugly. Let's see. Yeah, she hasn't said it yet, or I haven't seen it. So I don't know. I guess she doesn't want to tell us. Oh, here it is. His face was sagging already. Girl, he old. That's what old faces do. I don't know. Thank you, Sierra Sprinkle Sprinkle. At what point do you cook a meal for a guy? After they pay all them bills and you no longer work, and I'm not cooking nothing for nobody until I'm the wife, baby. I might cook and throw a party and invite people, and that's when he's gonna get to taste the food. But I'm not going to specifically cook for no man unless I'm his wife and I feel like it. Keyword feel like it. Okay. Sorry. If that's a big part of it, I don't want to be seen as a cook. Okay. I don't want you to see me as a cook. So I am not going to cook. That's not going to be the main part of my identity in any type of relationship. So that's how I feel about it. The reason is because they're going to get used to it, and then you're going to be obligated to do it eventually, even when you don't feel like it. You just need to be able to say, I don't feel like it, so order something at any time. It should not be any stress upon you about any type of cooking. Right. So, yeah, Vera said that his skin was already sagging. Girl, I'm sorry, his skin was sagging. Mm-hmm. If the house is dirty, he will look at you like you are dirty, and he won't want to marry you. If you can't keep the house clean, keep your house clean, not his house, baby. Keep your house clean, which means you know how to clean. Yeah, have a nice clean house, but do not clean his house if you are not married to him. You clean up your mess behind yourself. He looked like Conor McGregor. I don't even know who that is, but let me look. Girl, let's see. Hold on. Conor McGregor. Okay, he ain't ugly. Isn't that the dude that played on what he played in? Suicide Squad or something? This dude? Or is that the wrong? Maybe it's another old person. Oh, let's see. Dang. Joe Biden's tax plan could create tax rate as much as 62% for New Yorkers. Oh, I ain't paying no more tax. Forget that. Sorry, I got caught up in the news. Okay, well, so that's ugly? Okay. Mm-hmm. But how? I don't know. You said he was young. Girl, I don't know. Y'all too picky. That's why y'all broke. Okay, look, I turn the lights off. I can't see. Put the wrong contact in the wrong eye. We good. Okay. I don't know. How do you bring up allowance with a sugar daddy? Tell him to put an automatic deposit in your account every month because you don't like discussing money and you just want to spend all that time with him without talking about money. Okay. You moved on because he didn't have any more money? Okay. Yeah, that would make him unattractive if he was broke. So, if he literally treats you like a princess, bills paid, don't have to work, vacations, money, why do looks matter? They don't. Thank you, Jamaican DC Sprinkle Sprinkle. Keep up the good work. My friend got ghosted by 2 successful guys. Should she ask them what happened? No. She shouldn't ask them what happened. Because, because you're dating someone does not mean that y'all are in a relationship. It means they probably just weren't trying to tell her, oh, I don't want to see you anymore. And they just kind of let it go because there was no relationship. So I would not take it personally. I would just try to work and improve on myself. I don't think it's good to go and ask someone because it might not have been her. It might have just been them, Maybe they're just serial daters. And then when they date someone a couple times, they go on to the next. Some guys do that. Thank you, Tara. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Your potential sugar daddy requested your bank account number and routing number so that he could deposit money. He also wants to take me out of town. Is it okay to proceed with his request? Do you know him well? Do you trust him on that level? He could be a scammer. If you're giving him that information, he could be a scammer. So I really would not trust anyone that I haven't known for a long period of time who's given me lots of money already. I would not be giving him any of that information. I would give him a Zelle, which automatically puts money into your bank account and they can use it every time without getting your information. But I would definitely not be giving out that information because people can use that to pay their own bills online, to pay for expensive things online, and to scam you and use your bank account. So definitely won't be giving you that information out to anybody. I do not trust 100%. And if I did trust him 100%, and he has given me money and stuff, and I know he's not going to try to scam my bank account because he has way, way more, then, and if we've been together a while, I don't see that being an issue. And because you can take that money out and put it in a whole nother account, It takes 1 second for my man to Venmo, right? My problem with marriage is the routine part of it. There is no routine if you do stuff different every day. Like, if every day you're free to do what you want, then the marriage for you is not routine because you get to go and do whatever you want, whenever you want to do it. Like today, Layla didn't feel like going to school, so I didn't take her to school. We stayed home. She made bracelets. We watched Harry Potter. I came up here, made a video. Life is different every day if you make it different. So, but if your life is the same and his life is the same every day, then when y'all meet back up, y'all's life is the same every single day, then yes, I understand. Try to switch it up. You said, I love my mom would let me stay home. Sasha has to go back to real school tomorrow because that virtual school is not very good. So she's going to be going to junior high for the first time tomorrow. Oh, my baby. She too precious and young and uncorrupted. She's not corrupted yet. She's gonna get corrupted at that school. I have to say goodbye to her innocent, childlike ways. um, your mom would never let you stay home, so I straight up didn't go some days. Oh, sorry. I'm a nice mom. Your mom earned 25% more than your dad. I'm scared she will be mad once she sees I don't want to work. Um, Tell her you want to start your own business and maybe she'll invest in you. Then you won't have to work. If she tell her you don't want to work first, then she'll be relieved that you want to start a business and she might just give you the startup money. Okay, but first you got to disappoint her so that when you say, well, maybe I'll start a business, she'll be relieved and then try to rush to help you so that you don't change your mind again. Okay. This man is an ignorant. He's not talking or won't open up for the life of me. It seems like I won't talk if conversation will just die out. He won't talk. Talk for him. I'd make it a joke. I'd be like, so, how was your day? Oh, really? Wow, that's interesting. Like, be silly. Like, act like since he's not talking, you're going to pretend. He's probably going to laugh and start talking. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to be creative and not don't take life so seriously sometimes. Just be like, if you're kind of making fun of him in a nice, funny way, he's going to get the picture. So that's what I would do. Like, if some dude is sitting up there and not talking and I'm talking, I'm like, hi, yeah. Did you have a good day? Oh, that sounds so interesting. Tell me more. Really? Wow. I can't believe it. He's going to start saying something, okay? He's going to say something. Thank you, Tara. He has already given me money and he is financially well off. And Sarah, several streams of income. I like the idea of moving money from the account to the other one. Good to go then. But he can also use your things in fraud too, so be careful. Or you can go ahead and put his name on the account. And as soon as he transfers that money, you transfer it to your private account. Okay, so that's how you can set that up. In case he try to use it for some type of scam or whatnot, and you trust him already, I still wouldn't trust him. I'd put his name on that account, and also as soon as that money is transferred, it goes right into the other account. Okay. You said, that's what I do. Exactly. See, you got to be smart. That way, if he commits any crime with that number, it's under his name as well. Okay. Someone said, if you're Nigerian, don't do it. Oh my gosh. So anyway, SheRa give us some tips on practicing and mastering self-control. It's easy. It's called discipline. Whenever you about to do something that's not correct, then correct it. Sasha, can you open the door? Sash, open the door. The cat's trying to get in. Thank you. Do you think it is wise to try to snap our mom out of dusty ways? Realize my mom pays for our vacations, hikes, stuff like that, and I'm just in pain for her. Well, if she's been that way most of her life, maybe you can lead by example. And if she inquires, you can give her the game, or you can just start talking about it. But most of the time, women from that era grew up fighting for their right to be treated as equals. So they're still in that mindset. But you can try. But anyway, y'all, I'm getting ready to go. I just feel that a lot of women that, are that age probably feel, the independent woman thing way more than our age. Um, Thank you. How to hide ugly family from rich husband. Don't then tell them they died, girl. They died. Um, they live out of the country. Say something. You got a lot of both sides, actually. I don't live here. I live out of state. Tell your family you live out of state. Tell your husband they live out of state. Problem solved. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Could you make a video on finance or seduction tips? I think I have already. Just go and look in the past videos, but I've probably made a video on every topic and probably repeated some. Um, but I might consider to make another one in the future, but I've made some actually recently. Married owner of company wants me, subtly flirts all the time. He's always telling me to let him know if I need anything. How would I give him the green light? He could be worried about harassment. Tell him about a situation that requires a financial solution and see if he offers to help you. That's what I'm going to tell you for everything. If he jumps in to try to help you, then he really likes you, and it's not considered harassment if he's trying to help you with an issue. And whatever you do off company hours is up to you. Thank you, Shamari, Sprinkle Sprinkle. With holidays approaching and more families out, would you still go to the same places, the same time, daytime, which season to snatch them? Definitely going out. Go to happy hours if the bars are open. Go shopping. Men like to get in and get out. Men mostly go shopping early in the morning or late, right when it's closing time. So, because they don't sit there and look around all day like women do. So they'll be in and out super fast. They're more probably going to be at the hardware stores and places like that, trying to fix the house up to look good for Christmas or get like stuff organized. So I would hang out at um, hardware stores, places to eat, stuff that, yeah, I would definitely hang out at places where men are in and out. And you could ask them for help in between, like if they're walking to their car, you could like carry something heavy and see if they'll come help you. It just all depends, but definitely hardware stores. What about the library? Who goes to the library anymore? I don't even know. People just shop online and buy books. Um, so no, I don't think the library is going to be unless they're dusty, because only dusty people go to the library. Like, just saying. I'm just saying. This is not the 90s or the 80s, baby. We are in the 21st century, and libraries are for people that can't afford to buy books. Or who need free internet. So no, I would definitely stay away from the library. Bookstore, maybe. Not library. Bookstore. or rent movies. Like if they in the rent movie line or at the library, something wrong. Okay. They someone says Best Buy. Yep, the electronics section of all stores, Best Buy. Oh, the cat just opened the door. She's so smart. Go ahead. My cat is a genius. My door was closed all the way. She stuck her paws under the door, lifted it up, and pulled back, and the door opens. This cat too smart. I'm gonna have to watch her. The cat opened the door. Did you see that? She stuck her paws under the door and she went, and the door unlocked. It wasn't locked, but it opened. She said, "I'm smart." Oh, she doesn't like closed doors.
Too bad.
How do you avoid culture? Just leave a crack in it so she doesn't feel sad. How do you avoid culture pressure? I don't. Like, I don't allow a culture to make my life decisions for me. I make my own decisions. So you have to come to that conclusion if you want a different lifestyle. I mean, you have to make your own decision, because for probably centuries or thousands of years, people have let their culture make their decisions for them, which is not their decisions. So either decide to make your own decisions or let the cultural influence make your decision. It's up to you. Everybody has a choice. You said gold digging culture. Exactly. Mm-hmm. You said ain't no rich men at Lowe's. Yes, there are. And around the holidays, they be buying Christmas decorations. Okay. Them giant blow up, um, 50 feet tall snow globes. She said the holidays. You gotta buy all the poinsettias and wreaths for the house. They gotta get stuff hung. They gotta buy all that stuff for the yard. You know, they up there. Um. Okay. You said rich men have hobbies too, right? Women want money and men know that. That's true. Why do these people keep calling me? Just leave a message. Ugh. Don't leave yet. I'm almost done with your makeup. All right, I'll stay for a few more minutes and then I gotta go. Those kind are married. So, like, that's gonna stop them. Some of them aren't married. Some of them are just decorating their mother's house or their sister's house or whatever, or their own house because they are divorced and have kids. Who knows? You never know. Do you have any tips on how to always smell nice? Yeah, wear perfume. Keep perfume in your purse if it wears off. Get a more expensive perfume. Put some. A lot of people do like oil and then they spray their perfume because it lasts longer. So maybe put some oil on yourself and then spray the perfume. Mm-hmm. I want the money. I want the money. Okay, get the money. Do you believe you are beyond working alongside the man to get where you want to be together? No. I believe I am beyond, yes, because I'm the woman, not the coworker, not the teammate, not the employee or the employer. I am the wife, and I will not help any man build anything. They're supposed to build it for me and prepare it for me in order for me to come in and be the wife. So I can't help a man until he helps himself. You know what I mean? So if he can't afford a wife, he should not have a wife. Period. Otherwise, you're weakening him by not allowing him to build and become the man that he's supposed to be. Too many women make all these weak men and then wonder why they don't stick around and be the man that they're supposed to be, because you help them too much, and they don't feel like they have to do anything anymore. They feel like they need the woman to help them because too many women have helped them in the past, and they don't understand what a real man is. So no, I don't believe that a woman should help a grown man if he's supposed to be the provider. Okay. So I don't think so. But there are women who do. We call them Barbara the Builder. She helps build, like Bob the Builder. We have Barbara the Builder. She builds up men for other women. Okay? I'm sure you can figure that out. So no, I will not build a man or build with a man. I will build on my own aside from a man, but not with one. Sorry. Mhm. They'll resent you because you've helped them. Yeah, they can't even brag. Look at this. This is my house. I paid for all of it. They can't say none of that. They can't even be the king in their own castle because that ain't their castle. Okay. So I would say definitely let the man build and then welcome you into the lifestyle. Um, Angel Starfire, any food or drink recommended for a nice smelling body odor? Yes, go vegan. You'll be fine. Someone says, yes, water. Like, I don't drink soft drinks. I'm vegan, and you can probably do something along those lines, or eat lots of fruit and drink lots of water. Eating fruits and raw vegan, you smell less. That's true. So, artists are broke. Don't date artists. They are crazy. Okay. Definitely keep that in mind. hmm You can tell because my skin is glowing. Oh, thank you. You said, girl, I'm an artist, and I agree. That's funny. hmm You said artistic men love Bob the Builders. I'm sure they do. hmm We should drink water, y'all. Of course. I remember this one guy told me, he wasn't from America. He says Americans are strange. I said, why? He's because y'all don't drink water. I'm like, huh? He says, yes. This is what we mostly drink in, where I live. But y'all drink everything but water. It's like, that's true. He says, in my country, water is life. It makes you healthy. And da da da. I'm like, okay, true, true. Mm-hmm. I don't fall for the BS. You said only juice for you. Yeah, water's good because it flushes your body out. It detoxes you as well. If you don't drink water, you're probably gonna have kidney issues when you get older. So just understand. You better start drinking that water. Okay, y'all gonna be laid up on somebody's machine. So drink that water. Hmm. I didn't say drink too much. I just said drink water. Some people will sit out here and drink soft drinks, sodas all day or whatever, and that's not good. Hmm. I have cut out many bad habits using yours gold elixir. Thank you, Sure. Oh, that's good for you. Yeah, that phase one is very good at helping people stop bad habits. Or thank you, Rodriana. So, mm-hmm. The fresh pressed juice at Whole Foods is amazing too. Hmm. So anyway, I guess I'll just go ahead and let y'all go. But thank y'all for watching. Thank you everybody who donated. I appreciate you guys. And ladies, remember, talk less, write your script out, and say what's on the script, and don't keep going. If you came at the end of the video, wait till the whole video uploads. It might take an hour or two. And then the video should start from the beginning, because I know a lot of people say, well, why are your videos starting from the middle? That's because they haven't all uploaded yet to YouTube. So when it's live, it takes a little while, especially if it's a couple hours. So just wait about 30 minutes to an hour. It should be all the way uploaded, or just check back later. And the live feed also comes up then as well. So if y'all were wondering, because I get that question a lot, just have to wait and be patient for it to upload. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, I'll see y'all later. Bye.